Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at GMS. Peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect. You Akim out there doing the will of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. So, real quick, man, I'm going to title this video being an example to those that believe, And as you see, I have on the screen, the book of First Timothy, the 4th chapter, in the 11th verse, 11th and 12th verse. But I want to start off with Second Timothy's, the second chapter, in the first verse. And the reason why I want to get into this, man, once again, this is fueled by a lesson that the elder Damashapat did, with not pretty much not being a cancer unto the camp, the way we operate and the way we move, as men of the Lord, people look at that, man. Really, we're only concerned about the elect, the men that want to learn, the men that are, they're not fashioned to the liking of this world, all right? So, that's very important. That's how we sit. That's how the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is done, by us doing what we're supposed to do. That's how we reel in, and that's how we bring in fruit. All right. If you're not on point, matter of fact, let me get this first. I believe it's First Timothy, the 2nd chapter. I want to say. All right. Or matter of fact, I'll just pull up my sword. Alright. So this is the book of First Timothy. This is the book of First Timothy, chapter 3, and verse 4. It says, verse 5. It says, "For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High?" All right, and taking care of your own house is not. It's not strictly talking about your physical household. Okay, it's talking about the camp that you're in. Okay, and within that, it's a working on yourself type of deal. Okay, as the scriptures tell you, I believe in 1 Corinthians, it says, eat at home. And then when you come together to eat, tarry one for another. All right, it's talking about in the scriptures, man, in the spirit. Eating what? Eating the whole roll, as it says in Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. All right, everything is the domino effect unto edifying the church of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Okay. So it says if a man, because and when you go a little deeper, the church of the Most High is who? Israel. Period, man. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. If you don't know how to take care of yourself, you don't know how to take care of your camp, or things within your camp. How can you take care of the house of Yahweh Shem Shai? All right? And taking care of the house of Yahweh Shem Shai, you have to be on point. You have to be diligent in your works. You have to be sincere in your works. And it says you have to show forth a good conversation, which I'm going to get here, through the Spirit, man. 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity." Because going back into that precept that I just read, what did it say? All right, it said, "Be thou an example unto the unbelievers." All right, or them that are without. So let's see. In verse 7 it says more of 1 Timothy 3 and 7. It says, "Moreover, he must be of good report to them that are without." So to them that don't understand Yahweh Shem Shai's doctrine, it says, "Be thou a good example unto them that are without," man. Okay, that's how you reel in fruit. All right. Then it says, well, I'm gonna break this down. It says in word, so the things that we speak when we bring out the precepts, and we bring out the revelation of these precepts. All right. It says, be thou an example of them in word and in conversation. So the same things that we teach out of the precepts, we have to carry it out in conduct. We can't just speak on the truth or speak on things how you're supposed to be in the truth, and then we're not carrying out conversation, man, on our conduct. All right. In charity, tarrying for the brothers, giving to the brothers when brothers need, when brothers don't have it, showing brotherly love, because we're not assholes, man. We're assholes for the truth towards those that don't believe, but as human beings, as men of the Lord, we're not just assholes, man, because we go out on the highways and we lift up our voice as a trumpet, cursing out the evildoers. That doesn't make us assholes. That make us soldiers for this truth, man. All right, that's called making your body a living sacrifice for the Most High, man. All right. It says in spirit and faith and purity, because it says what in the book of, I believe the book of Titus or the book of James, it says that the word of the Most High, I believe it's James the 3rd chapter, where it says the word of the Most High is first pure. All right, the word that is from above is first pure, man. All right, there's no evil in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay, so I want to get this. And Paul's a perfect example, man. Which why a lot of my precepts are coming from the book of Timothy. Paul was a perfect example of how we should. Really, he was a perfect example of there's no excuses. You see, because it says that Paul, it says of those that transgress, he was chief, man. Why? Because he persecuted the church of the Most High. He was an officer. He was mocking the prophets at a point in time. He was snatching Jacob out of their houses and throwing them into the prisons, man. All right, persecuting the church. All right, but then the Most High knocked him off of his horse, man. And what did he do? He repented and became through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, became one of the greatest men as far as wisdom is concerned, man. Showing how we should operate in this day and age. Showing that the Most High is going to choose men, certain men of certain reputations to teach this word. All right, really not of certain reputations, but of different reputations. In this world, because there's certain men, all of us have a different walk of life. All right, some of us could have been drug dealers, some of us could have been pimps or whatever we were in the world. The Most High knocked us off of our horse, man. And he brought us in and trusted us with the ministry. And Paul was a perfect example of that, man. So this is the book of 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter and 1st verse. It says, thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushai, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses. The same commit thou unto faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. So to say, the same conversation, the same conduct, the same passion that Paul showed towards the churches through through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he said what? He said, commit thou unto faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. So spreading the gospel, bringing in fruit, man. Paul was a perfect example of how we should be. And then it says right after that, thou endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, a champion of the Lord, man. And being a champion is going to fight. A champion is not going to make an excuse. All right, a champion is going to show forth the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai by what? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Getting into the scriptures, digging, trying to figure out their learning their heritage. All right, that's what a man of the Lord is supposed to do. You're supposed to teach the church of the Most High. That's what Yahushua said unto Peter 3 times, man. If thou love me, feed my sheep. You feed the sheep by edifying. You edify by studying. and you study by way of leisure. All right? The Most High didn't miss a thing, man. So anybody that's out on the highways and the byways that's teaching the Most High, I say anybody, not anybody, because you got people that'll be on the line and then the Most High do away with them. Element was a perfect example, man. You know, but I will say, there are certain men that the Most High have on the line, and most of them, the Most High have chosen to do that, man, or called to do that. Because there's a difference between called and being chosen. So the Most High have called them to do that, that the will might be fulfilled, man. Okay, that His ministry might be proclaimed among the Gentiles. All right. This is reading on. It says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life." That's not what we're supposed to teach Israel. How you can make $1,000 in one day, or in 10 minutes. How you can pretty much. We're not supposed to teach them things of this world if it does not if it does not correlate with the truth. If it does not help edify, man. How to roll a blunt with no hands. That's what Jake teaches each other, man. How to twerk and all this foolishness, man. All right? That's what we're not supposed to be teaching our people, man. We're supposed to teach our people how to know who they are and their heritage. Because it says what? In the land of our captivity, we shall remember ourselves. And we're still in the land of our captivity. All right? It says that He may please Him who have chosen Him to be a soldier. All right, so I'm going to come back and do a part 2 to this. This is just through the Spirit, man, and I couldn't let it pass. Hey, so until further notice, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh, double honors unto the elders and apostles at GMS that taught us His truth and that rule well. And peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect and unto the few women and children that follow. Shalom.